product review of the Flouro BM-800 Condenser Sound Mic, which you see right here in front of me right now. This is the mic in which I'm using. Um, I purchased this mic off of Amazon. The mic was $29 and $29.99 on Prime on Amazon. So the mic in which you hear right now, you hear me doing this live podcast on, is the actual mic in which I am using. So please, um, feel free to give any type of feedback in how you feel about this mic and how it sounds. Currently, this will be the mic that I will be using for this for the Power 3 podcast that'll be coming up here in the near future within the next couple of weeks. I bought this mic because it had great reviews on a bunch of YouTube YouTube pages, and a lot of people spoke highly of this mic, which is a good thing. I do a lot of reviews, or not a lot of reviews, but I do a lot of um, well, yeah, you could say reviews. I do a lot of reviews to see just how well certain products do, and people that are using them, how they actually feel about them. And this is one of the mics that was for a decent price, $29, $30, you can't beat. Was one of the mics in which they spoke highly of. The mic, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. Um, it's in blue, as you can see right here is blue. Um, It's blue and it's got a little gold trim on it, a little silver chrome trim over it as well. It's a condenser mic, as I spoke of earlier. But it also comes in black. It comes in black as well, black and gold, and it's also $29.99. Excuse me. The mic is like it came with a shock mount and everything with the shock mount in which you see on here is not the shock mount that actually came with it. I have the other shock mount. It's around here somewhere, but I don't have it right here right now currently in front of me, but it did come with its own shock mount. So I've got the blue condenser mic with the shock mount for $29.99. So do know that I got both for $29.99. So that's a great deal. And as you can see, this is the mic in which you hear me on currently right now. I've also got a few other things in which I purchased. I also got another mic and some other like this boom stand and stuff like that that I plan on doing a review on. I can't talk today, y'all. A review on at a later date so that I can give my views on how I feel about the other products in which I bought. Like I said, I got a boom stand. I got a another mic. I also got this shock mount, which I bought with the other mic, not with this mic. Got another shock mount. I also got these headphones in which I have on my head currently. I just have a few things in which I have that I'm definitely gonna do a product review on, so that everybody have an opportunity to see in which what I'm using, and if they choose to use the exact same thing, because that's what I do when I get on YouTube and search for podcast equipment and what people are using for their podcast. That's what I do. I look for all the things in which they're using, and of course everybody wants to save money if it's possible to save money, so I try to do my best and find something that's still um very a very good product, but yet and still saving money. And so far I am pleased with this Flouro BM-800 condenser mic. I really am pleased with it. The other mic and that I was mentioning earlier, I haven't even tried that mic out. That's how well I'm pleased with this mic so far. Only thing is, want a different I do want a mixer to add to this mic so I can change the sounds a little bit on my voice and stuff like that. But other than that, I like the mic. I really do. I mean, like I said, if you have any input to give me, any feedback that you would like to give me in regards to this mic, please feel free to give me some feedback. I really don't mind it at all, because that's exactly what I'm looking for, some feedback in regards to how y'all think the mic is, and and you know whether you feel like it's worth the $30 in which you can get it for off of Amazon. Um Again, this is Sean Bishop Davis, one of the three of the Power Three of the Power Three podcast that's coming. Like I say, here in a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Um, one time Dion Weaver gets his equipment together, and Sebastian Chambers, who is below me, gets his all of his things together. We shall be online together as a Power Three podcast, and we're looking forward to getting on this podcast with each and every person that's out there that's watching this podcast. We want to hear any type of feedback that you may have in regards to any of the things in which we will be discussing during the topics, or the topics we'll be discussing during our actual podcast. We will be having a once I get this mixer and stuff like that, you'll be able to call in and ask questions over the phone and things of that nature, as well as still type in messages, or however, text messages, or whatever you want to do, however you want to call it, so that we can interact throughout our Power Three podcast. This is something that I'm very excited about doing. I've been looking forward to doing it for the past month or so now. So it was just something that I came up with like off the whim, and I asked Sebastian Chambers and I asked Dion One Time Weaver in regards to would they mind joining me on this podcast, and they was all in. Both of them said they was all in, so I'm looking to have a long relationship in regards to the Power Three podcast. We plan on doing major things and trying to get a nice, decent audience that can come on here, listen to what it is we have to say, and give us all types of feedback, whether it's negative, whether it's positive, whatever. Whether they just want to come on here and say hello, we don't have a problem with it. We would love to hear what any and everybody has to say. Of course, we won't allow any, disrespect of any type of, or anything of that nature. You respect me, I respect you, and that type of thing. But we just want to have a productive conversation over the podcast. And of course, it's a video podcast, so you'll be able to see our faces, so you'll be able to know whether or not we're joking, or you'll be able to tell whether or not we're not feeling it or whatever. However, that's why I wanted to do a video podcast, so that people can see our face and get a feel of what type of mood we're in, and things of that nature, and hopefully grab an audience that wants to interact with us. That's the whole purpose of this Power 3 podcast. That's what I want. I want to interact with people. I want to talk to people about sports, football mainly, because that's my passion, football. Secondly, TV shows, um, thirdly, worldly events, and whatever else you may feel like you may want to talk about. If you want to just come onto our podcast and just vent and just tell us how your day was, or what's going on in your life, or if you just feel like it's just something that you really need to get off your chest, please feel free to join in on the Power 3 podcast, because we're looking for people like that to bring that type of or I don't want to say drama, but want to bring that type of feel to our podcast, so we can understand what it is a lot of people may be going through, or so we can kind of relate, or maybe we've gone through a few things ourselves and we can relate to some of the things that you may be going through. Um, this is something, like I say, I'm really looking forward to. I'm sure the other two gentlemen are looking forward to it as well. We just can't wait to get it started. I'm so eager to get it started. It's crazy right now. I'm up now. It's 1:30 in the morning a.m. Central Time, and I'm still trying to find ways to make this podcast even better than what we hope it starts out to be. Our whole goal is to get as many followers and as many listeners as we can during this entire podcast. So, with that being said, please look out for the Power 3 podcast that's about to come to your living room, or to your vehicle, or to your phone, your iPhone, or your Android, or your tablet, or to whatever you're doing or using to be able to hear us three, the Power Three. That's where we're coming. We're coming straight to you with anything we can, and possibly anything you can give back to us, we're willing to take. So just look out for us here in the next couple coming weeks. Um, I will definitely be back on here in probably in about a week, trying to give everyone a hard date on when we plan on going live and doing the actual Power 3 with all three of us on the actual podcast. Um, Once that hard date comes up, we should. Our plan is, if I'm not mistaken, and I will get with my constituents, and our plan is to do one at least every week, so that everybody have an opportunity to listen in to what we have to say throughout the week. And hopefully, if we do it once a week, we have a lot of things to talk about as the week has gone by. So, again, this is just another actual. This one right here is another actual trial, but it was also a product review at the same time. I'm still trying to work out some kinks here and there, so please bear with me, bear with us, and as we get everything together. If you have any input that you may like to share with us right now, we would gladly take it. Anything that you would feel would make this podcast even better, anything you feel that you may want us to talk about once the podcast starts, just anything you can think of, we are willing to accept at this point in time. So, um, this is your boy, Sean Bishop Davis, and I'm about to sign off. I thank everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Please tune in to a later date, and we plan on seeing you here real soon. Thank you again.